Hello, everybody. Nick here for Monster Pit. And in this video, we're going to quickly go over the Citadel and its different locations and districts. So in the Citadel, you've got 6 districts: the City Watch, the Great Hall, the Royal Keep, the Market District, the Southern Gate, and the Mystic Quarter. Now, each of these districts, captains can go ahead and visit during the midday phase by putting their piece into one of the 2 colored spaces that matches the color of the district. So this gray space is for a location token. The additional spaces that you see up here for the City Watch and down here for the Southern Gate, those are for special actions that occur. But you've got these 6 different districts that you can go to in order to do things throughout the game. Now, up here in the City Watch, what we have is we have the Barracks, the Statue, and the Citadel Gate. The Barracks is where you can recruit soldiers from the barracks deck that you see to the left. You can also reassign characters on your outposts, so that way you can adjust whether you want people to be attackers, defenders, if you want to have somebody in reserve. You can do things like that at the barracks. The statue you can use to sacrifice characters in order to kind of stave off the monster for a turn. And the Citadel Gate is where you can actually attack the monster in order to accomplish your ultimate goal of bringing the monster's health down to 0. When we move over here into the Great Hall, we've got the stables on the left and we've got the town hall on the right. The stables will allow us to purchase mounts, which you can see on the right-hand side of the board, the stable and the town hall decks that go with their buildings. And the town hall lets you purchase items. Items and mounts are attached to your characters, heroes or soldiers or captains, in order to boost them, give them additional dice, additional abilities. We come down here to the Market District, and we've got 4 locations that can be visited. The first 3 are all taverns. So you've got the Sword and Scripture, the Weeping Troll, and the Singing Siren. And each of these buildings corresponds to the tavern deck that's over on the right-hand side. As you can see, we've split the tavern deck into 3 equal stacks, and we've revealed the top card from each stack. So you have the ability to recruit these characters from these taverns. You also have the Alchemist in the market, where you can purchase alchemy tokens. Down here in the Southern Gate, we've got, from left to right, upside down, we've got the Wyvern Nest, the Stone Church, and the Watchtower. And what you can do there is, from the Wyvern Nest, you can purchase a Wyvern card from over on the left-hand side. And these are going to be direct manipulation of the monster by the captains. You have the Stone Church, which is another direct manipulation. You can go here, and if you have a successful roll, then you can actually adjust the dice trackers on the monster's power board. So even though they're not going to lose any dice, you can change their power dynamics so that way they're rolling more dice in favor of the captains versus the monster. And finally, the Watchtower offers up the opportunity for captains to go ahead and make another attack here, but with the caveat of no attacks had to have occurred at the Citadel Gate, at which point 1 captain can perform the attack from the Watchtower, which is why it has this special icon indicating that only 1 attack may be made. We move over to the Mystics Quarter and we complete our outer circle. And at the Mystics Quarter, you've got 2 locations you can visit: the Dwarven Grotto and the Wizard Sanctuary. The Dwarven Grotto on top is where the dwarf miners live. You can go and visit them and ask for their assistance. By rolling the rune die, consulting your outpost board, you can earn additional coins that you'll be able to use throughout the Citadel for other services. And at the Wizard Sanctuary, you can do one of 2 things. You can hire the White Mage, at which point you roll the rune die and you'll obtain some healing. And it may be healing for just one of your characters. You could potentially heal multiple characters, including other captains' characters. So the White Mage is very powerful, especially if you come across a monster that is consistently injuring your characters. Hint, hint. But the other thing you can do at the Wizard Sanctuary is that you can hire wizards. And what wizards do is they're going to push the monster back on the track. So if we've got our monster up here, just for a quick example, and we summon Raystrom here, when we use him, he'll be escorted by another character, and you can read about that. But when he's used after the escort is done, the monster is going to get moved back 4 spaces. So these mages, or these wizards, excuse me, are going to go ahead and buy you some time in regards to the end game mechanic for the monsters reaching this end space here by the Citadel gates. And then finally, we've got the Royal Keep, which consists of the castle, the armory, and the fountain. And I'm going to go in reverse. At the fountain, you can throw gold in the fountain to obtain fountain tokens. You'll draw a fountain token for every gold you throw in, up to a maximum of 3. You get to pick one of the tokens that you draw to keep, and you put the other ones back in the bag. Fountain tokens can be saved until used, at which point they're a use and removed from the game, and they have all sorts of different benefits and powers. At the armor, you can go ahead and pay a fee, and you can get an armory token, which lets you do a permanent die upgrade. So you can change a red die into a yellow die permanently, or you can change a yellow die into a white die permanently. And just as a reminder, white dice are always the most beneficial for captains. Red dice are the most beneficial for the monster. But finally, you have the castle, so you can visit the king, and the king will give you a quest. And these quest cards will tell you specifically where you go, what location in the Citadel you need to go to by the end of next turn, and what you need to accomplish as your quest. If you do that, then you gain the reward listed. So this is another good way to kind of get direction on if you don't know where you should go or what you think you should do, or you're trying to spice it up because you want what's a potentially good reward to come about from a quest, because every quest has got a very good reward. But the risk is if you don't complete that quest, you lose, one of your characters is going to be injured. So if you take a quest, you need to put focus on completing that quest in addition to the end game concern. But that is the Citadel in a nutshell, and all of the different locations. Here in the TTS, if you hover over the building and push Alt, it actually comes up with the rule book section describing. So you guys can go ahead and check that out. And if anybody has questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me, and enjoy the game.